Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So what we're going to talk about today are banana trees. Now, banana trees normally are thought about as tropical plants, tropical trees. They're actually a plant. But there are a number of varieties of banana trees that will grow in northern and more colder climates. I've been doing some research on these, and I thought it'd be cool to have some banana trees. Jamie grew up with banana trees. She used to, her and her sister would go out with machetes when they were little kids in the backyard when they lived in Papua New Guinea, and they would just cut them down for fun because they grew wild in the jungle, and their backyard was basically the jungle. And so they would cut them up all the time, and I always thought it'd be cool to have banana trees, and she grew up eating them because the ones that they had produced lots of fruit. And so anyway, I found a variety called the California Gold. Now, most people grow these in Texas, they grow in Mexico, they grow in Southern California. I think the farthest north they've come is some parts of Texas. But I have been doing some research. There's another banana tree called the Musa Basjoo. I'll put it on the screen. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it grows farther north. In fact, there are people who grow it successfully even up in Denver, Colorado. And people are growing these Musa Basjoos in Canada. Now, it's not just anywhere in Canada, but in the Vancouver area of Canada, they have a growing climate that's pretty similar to that of Mississippi. You know, the southernmost part of Mississippi. Believe it or not, they have a really warm growing climate there, but it does get a little bit cold, and they have to trim them back. And there's lots of people on YouTube that have videos of the Musa Basjoo, and they basically trim all the leaves off every winter, and then they wrap it up in bubble wrap, the trunk of the tree in bubble wrap, and then they put a cage around it and fill it full of wood chips and mulch and leaves, and then put a sort of like a black trash bag over the top of it to keep it as warm as possible. And they mulch, you know, the base of it, you know, really heavily, and it keeps it alive. And then when spring gets back, they take it all down, and the tree grows new leaves, and it grows back again, and it produces fruit. However, the Musa Basjoo, or however you pronounce that, the fruit's not very edible. There's people who've tried to eat it. It tastes kind of like banana, but they say it's heavy in seeds and just not very good. But it looks pretty. It looks very ornamental, and it's kind of cool that you have a banana tree, you know, growing in your garden or wherever you plant it. This one, the California Gold, can survive with temperatures down to, they say, 20 degrees, maybe a little less. But we're going to try, and you know, this last winter was really mild. So if we have mild winters, it'll do okay, like we had last winter. You know, we're in Arkansas, technically the South, but you know, we're in the mountains, so it does get a little bit colder here, for sure. But I'm thinking what I want to do is go ahead and do what they do up in Vancouver every year: trim the leaves down, cut the leaves off, wrap it up, put a black trash bag over it, mulch the heck out of it, you know, at the base, and you know, see if it survives. That's going to be the experiment. So far, when we had these delivered in the wintertime, we ordered them, and we put them out this spring, and the leaves immediately started dying because they've been inside the whole winter. And we thought they weren't going to make it. In fact, I said on the last Saturday's podcast, I'm like, guys, I don't know if they're going to make it or not. We'll see. If they don't make it, I'll order new ones. Well, just this week, it put out a brand new leaf. These leaves are kind of dying. They're kind of just wilted and, you know, look scorched. But a brand new leaf came out 2 days ago and sprouted out. It sprouted really fast, just came out, and it's looking good. It's healthy. It's growing. I've put some good manure down below this. We dug a deep hole for it, put a bunch of manure in there, and then put some azomite rock dust all around that, and then topped it off with some more composted cow manure, and then put just a bag of store-bought mulch around it, just to help it grow. And we're hoping it's going to do good. Now I have another one. Let's go over and take a look at the other plant that we have growing. So just like the other banana plant, we put this in the ground and the leaves started wilting. In fact, they're just getting crumbly, looking really pathetic. And then just 2 days ago, it put out a new leaf, brand new leaf. And it sprouted right up, and it's about ready to look like the other one, you know, fully out of its, you know, it kind of all folds up and then unfolds as it grows. And I can already see there's signs of another one coming. So this one's going to make it as well. And so really excited about that. Will they survive the winter? I don't know. Again, I'm going to do exactly what these guys have been doing in Canada. Cut the leaves all down. The trunk should survive fine. Wrap it up in bubble wrap. Put a cage around it. Fill it full of mulch and leaves and wood chips. And then compost the base. And then over the top of all of that, put a giant black trash bag to hold in the heat. And hopefully when the sun comes on that, it'll draw in more heat and it'll survive. That's the hope anyway. And then take it off in the spring and see what happens, and see if it grows back, see if it survives the winter. I'm hoping it's going to survive. I have high hopes, and we'll see what happens. All you can do is try. That's the thing, when it comes to homesteading, comes to gardening, every year you want to try something new, try a new experiment, see if something works. Because you might surprise yourself, you might surprise others, and that might encourage others to try something different themselves, either what you're trying or something completely different. So it's all just a giant experiment. Life is an adventure, and so we're going to go ahead and see this. If not, if this doesn't work, I will try to go ahead and, because I really like the ornamental look of banana trees. I just think they look fantastic. These breeds variety is the California Gold it's a short plant. It'll grow, I think, a maximum of 7 feet. The Musa Basjoo, which is more cold hardy, cold tolerant, will grow a lot taller than that. If these fail, I'll go ahead and try the Musa Basjoo and see if that can work. I'm sure it will. There's lots of people who've grown them farther north than where I'm at. But if you live, in some of the northern parts of the U.S. or even the Midwest, they have grown them successfully in Colorado. I mean, it gets pretty cold in Colorado. So I can't imagine, for some of you who watch the channel, you could probably experiment with these and have some success with it. So, I think it's worth trying. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you all posted, keep you all updated. I'm excited. I just think these are fantastic. So anyway, just something new we're trying on the homestead. Yes, you can grow banana trees and not be in the tropics or subtropics. You just need a little more effort and tender loving care to get them to do. I know a lot of people, sometimes people put them in pots and they take them inside. That's cool too. And then they bring them out every winter. Or I know there's one guy online I found, he digs his up every winter, every fall, and brings them into his basement. And then when spring comes, he replants them into the ground. I mean, he goes to that much trouble to dig them up every single year. I don't want to go through that much trouble. I don't want to have to do that. But like I said, if these don't work, I'll try the more cold hardy, even though they don't produce really any edible fruit to speak of, really, and just see what happens. So that'll be that's my efforts. And so I thought I'd keep you informed, and maybe that'll inspire you to try something new yourself. All right, guys. Hey, listen, if you enjoyed this video, please check out this list of amazing folks. These are our patrons. They make all of our videos possible. Really appreciate their support. If you're interested, you can go to patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead to see all the benefits, including videos that you don't see posted here on YouTube. All right, guys, check out the videos on the left. Hit that subscribe button down below there, and I really appreciate that. And we'll see you next time on An American Homestead.